Hi, this is Dee at Aloha Astro, and let's take a look at what I have written for this full moon in Leo, which is on February the 9th, 2020 at 2:33 a.m., so it's already passed. We have full moon in Leo Sunday, February 9th, activates both fierce inner strength and gentle protective feelings as the moon forms a Yod aspect pattern with Saturn conjunct Pluto in Capricorn and Neptune in Pisces. With the moon opposing the sun in Aquarius in the middle of the Yod, you sense that there is something special about the energy of this full moon, which can help you express your creativity or follow your dreams with greater determination. If you have already been on task in the days leading up to the full moon, the point of completion, recognition, and success is quickly followed by the well-earned rest of the conquering hero. A trine between the moon and Mars in Sagittarius blends optimism with action, whether at work or at play, and encourages the best qualities of a Leo moon transit to unfold today. Leo rules the fifth house of creativity, children, romance, hobbies, competitive sports. Warm sun-ruled Leo is associated with the heart and the archetypes of the hero or royalty. The full moon, Yod, and Mars-Jupiter trine help you to be your best and to foster the best in others. Put on your imaginary superhero cape or crown of the Leo moon and stand out like the Aquarius sun. So let's take a look at the image, which I was just so excited to find this because it's all the energy that's at play right now, and play is one of Leo's things that it enjoys to do so much. The child within us is also very Leo, the energy of children and creativity and spontaneous play, and also the warmth and the friendliness. Leo is a friendly sign. It rules the fifth house, which is very social, and the Aquarius sun right now. Aquarius rules the 11th house of friends, groups, and organizations. What we have going on with the opposition at the time of a full moon, with the moon in Leo and the sun in Aquarius, anything that we create, we then have the pull or the urge to be taking it out to the larger group or organization, or perhaps there can be some emotional tension in standing out and being recognized as an individual within the group, to basically step into your royalty or step into your uniqueness and express your creativity, and to be bold, to not be fearful, to be courageous and bold, as the Leo moon indicates. And there is strong optimism and the willingness to take a risk or a chance with the trine here to Mars in Sagittarius, which is always willing to go out toward the unknown and to seek for something new or exciting, that sense of adventure. And back to this image, it's illustration by Megan Marie Myers, and she can be found both at her own website and also over at her Etsy shop, where I would really encourage you to stop by and visit. I will probably be asking her permission to use some more of her images in the future because they're beautiful and they express so much of the childlike energy within us, our native energy. I feel like it's, our heart-connected energy and our connection to nature as well. You'll notice certain themes recur where we see the campfire showing up, we see the moon. Since the moon is factoring into many of her paintings, I'll be asking her for some more full moon in the future. And go over, check out her work, maybe support her and buy a print. I think I'm going to be contacting her for the Night Canoe. I really love this one with the fox. And let's go back to what we've got going on with Planet Watcher here, where I like to look at how the planets are moving. And it's very easy to click through on the different days, and you can see how aspect patterns change. We have a Cinderella transit going on right now with Venus conjunct Chiron. It is in Aries. It can be a little bit aggressive and assertive and self-oriented in seeking partnership, and that Cinderella transit can be good for love. It can be good for money. So people may be more open right now to pursuing love, and we are going into the approaching Pisces season very soon. We only have 10 more degrees of Aquarius energy to go before we step into that Pisces season. And right now we do have Mercury in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces. They will be joining each other in the coming week, and we might find that our interest in romance does increase. There's a little bit of an interest right now with the quincunx between the Moon and Neptune. Mainly the creativity, though, is being fueled by that imagination and fantasy realm of Pisces, Neptune in Pisces. And the Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn conjunction. Jupiter is coming up to Pluto and Saturn. And yeah, it's been a long, hard road with Pluto and Saturn in Capricorn. It does draw our attention to things that seem to be negative or hard or challenging. Jupiter may lighten some of that load as it comes up to these planets in the next weeks ahead, and bring some gain or increase as a result of the hard work. So keep with it. Don't give up hope. Endure, persist, and Jupiter will bring you something good out of it. Just be patient. And let's take a look at when the Moon is going to shift over into Virgo, and that will be tomorrow. As we go into Monday, we will still be feeling some of that full moon residual energy, but not quite as much, because now we've had the Moon move into Virgo, and we'll get down to the prioritizing, discerning, tidying up, whatever, paying the price for the fun of the weekend. And where the full moon in Leo is in my own chart, it's been hard for me to just sit still in my seat. And literally, I just want to get out the door and go play. Feeling very restless, and it's been the first sunny day in about a week. So I definitely am not paying attention to my work as much as I should be, and any free minute that I can get outdoors today, I am definitely going to be doing. Let's look at the Sabian symbol. Intoxicated chickens dizzily flap their wings, trying to fly. The often negative and at times ludicrous first experience with spiritual teachings. In Near Eastern symbolism, wine, intoxication, and vineyards always refer to ecstatic experiences and to the contact with mystical or occult schools. Chickens here suggest that we are dealing with human beings who are the standardized products of their culture and more or less undifferentiated specimens of a social norm. Brought accidentally or prematurely to mystical or occult experiences, they usually react to them in a highly confused and dizzy manner. What reacts in them is the ego, and the ego can never fly, i.e., experience spirituality, transcendental realities in an effectual manner. This first symbol of the 29th fivefold sequence presents to us a picture of the unsatisfactory way many people today, especially young people, approach what purports to be spiritual reality. The food may be intoxicating, consciousness expanding, but the inner openings lack depth and constructiveness, whether or not they produce what appears to be wonderful feelings. One may speak here of the danger of premature expansion of consciousness. Well, I'm not quite sure how that ties in with everything that's going on here, but I would say that Monday is much more sobering, and today is definitely some seeking, perhaps, in that mystical realm, while we have a lot of Pisces energy. I feel like the Pisces energy, too, is very directed toward changes. We have Uranian energy affecting the North Node in Cancer, as well as the Piscean energy affecting the North Node in Cancer, seeking your purpose or your spiritual path. And of course, there is some quickening energy going on with both Venus and Chiron in Aries as well, squaring the North Node. So sometimes we do have to make false starts or try something out for the first time and then adjust, or perhaps seek out the mentors who can guide us. We did have some strong mentorship energy come up in the last few days if you follow my daily forecasts, and that is more likely to be occurring with greater frequency as we have Jupiter approaching Saturn and Pluto, that we would get more of the benevolent wisdom coming out of this patriarchal energy in Capricorn, and constructive, positive. And we do have a sextile going on with Jupiter sextile to Neptune, and this can also open up the access to the spiritual realm, because Jupiter is a planet of seeking and Neptune is a planet of beauty, healing, and inspiration. So this sextile, although it's a minor aspect, it can still assist you on the path. And well, Capricorn is very time sensitive or time aware, and nothing really happens very fast in Capricorn energy, and Pisces energy as well, that there can be an understanding that it takes some discipline, that sitting down and meditating once for 10 minutes is not the same as meditating every day for 10 minutes for a month. So the repetition or the perseverance and sticking to something, if you're going to put yourself on a path of, let's say, learning to manifest or becoming a more spiritually aware individual, that you may get some beginner's luck initially with the the Venus and Chiron energy in Aries, especially if it's meant to direct you toward your path, but then you still have to, do the chop wood and carry water to get to that consciousness of enlightenment. It's still chopping wood and carrying water. It's all about how you've integrated your understanding and how you react and respond to the everyday and the mundane, and become more of the observer, or the one who detaches and is able to observe the self without having a strong emotional charge around it. And perhaps the opposition with the sun and the moon today will factor into that you may have a moment of enlightenment or awareness, but to maintain that type of an understanding or a level requires a daily practice or a conscious continual seeking that goes on. So we can definitely see some of that, although I haven't seen the drunken chickens running around overall in here. Maybe a lack of mindfulness, and with Mercury in Pisces, making that trine to the North Node, you would definitely see the effect of not being mindful, especially as we move into Mercury retrograde a week from now, and we are in its shadow at the moment. Mercury will be retrograding in Pisces from February the 16th until March the 9th. It begins its retrograde at 12 degrees of Pisces. And then when it stations direct on March the 9th, it will be at 28 degrees of Aquarius before it goes back into Pisces again. So you have a chance coming up in the weeks ahead to redo things, rethink things, go over things again in areas that may have to do with your spirituality or perhaps your romantic life. Very often Pisces transits do activate the longing for the partner or the soulmate, or the yearning and missing of somebody from your past. And if there are any spiritual paths you've wandered away from, then you may have the opportunity during Mercury retrograde to get back on them. So that's it for the look at what's going on with the full moon. Be safe, have fun, and it's back to the daily paying attention to the real nuts and bolts of living tomorrow when the moon moves into Virgo. Enjoy the rest of today while the moon is in Leo, in playful Leo.